Hey everyone, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to do RCM Enderman Slayer. Basically, I'm not a super max player. I have good gear, like I have money spent on my gear, but like if you look at the actual kills on my stuff, none of it's very unobtainable. Like I've got under 25k on my boots, under 25k on my chest plate, and I'm just running full mage setup. And so basically, how I do RCM is I don't want to spend time wasting summons or worrying about summons. So what I do is I'm using an atom split. I found that Inferno doesn't actually really matter for this because you're just using it for hit phase. It doesn't really help me that much. Maybe it does a little bit, but it's not super noticeable. But I am using an atom split just because of the extra ferocity and the damage reduction that it gives you. That's the main benefit. The next thing that you need is obviously RCM setup. So you do need good gear to do this. This is more for people that could do RCM and then are having trouble now. So you do still need a Hyperion, you know, G-Drag, E-Drag, everything. Or Enderman and then E-Drag. So what I do, let me kill this guy so that we don't randomly summon it. This won't summon it, but it'll get close. Perfect. So I'm going to go down here. What I do is I end up using an endstone sword in order to stay alive. Every time that it's hit phase, have this active at all times, So basically, it's the only way that I'm not able to, or that I don't skill issue all the time, is with the endstone sword. And so what I do is, right before hit phase starts, activate a fire veil and a wand of atonement, so that you still have mana to use those, because this is going to drain all your mana. Then you want to, obviously, use your endstone sword, and then switch over to your atom split and just start meleeing it. And that's pretty much it. You will easily be able to melee it, and it's really fast. A lot faster than most other methods. So we've spawned him. It's a little laggy because there's a dragon right now. So remember, first Fire Veil, Atonement, Endstone Sword, and then you want to melee. So I end up using 2 Endstone Sword abilities per thing, just in case. So I used another one just then. You can get by with just one, but it's so much riskier. And so then, you know, do your normal RCM. I'm running full vanilla, so it's obviously doable without mods that tell you where beacons are and everything. And, yep. So then you get to hit phase again. Atom split, blah, 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 blah. Use your endstone sword again whenever you feel like you might be dying. And once it's back to normal, you know, use your atonement and everything, just like normal. You can see, you still have to pay attention for beacons and everything, but it's pretty doable. I find that I really don't die very often doing this, unless you get kind of unlucky. But overall, it's very doable using endstone. So then you endstone, you know, use your normal melee setup again, like normal. Use it again. You feel like you can get by without using a second endstone, but I find that if I try and do that, I will end up dying more often than I like. I'm sure if you were a better player, this wouldn't be a problem, but it's what I end up doing. So I just find no reason to worry about it. With mana regen gear, which is, you know, your equipment, I don't even have super high mana regen. Like, it's good, but it's not best of the best. And you're chilling with mana. Mana really is not a problem anymore with these. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll do another one just to demonstrate again, but I found that this is the easiest way for me to survive doing melee without doing anything crazy. I've heard that the Glacial Scythe isn't horrible for getting down hits phase, but it's not super fast. Just because Glacial Scythe does do the double hitting. So it's pretty much a Frozen Scythe, just twice as fast. But that doesn't actually mean it's good, you know. Frozen Scythe is pretty horrible. Other things that you can try is, say, like a Juju with Fatal Tempo or other things like that, but I just find that doesn't work super well. And then summons, they can work, but they are, you know, able to die now. And I personally don't like risking it with higher tier summons just because getting them back is kind of a pain. You can, if you're optimally, you know, Enderman Slayer 8 or 9 and, you know, you've been doing this for ages, you know better than me. But as someone that's just getting it done, this is a strategy that works pretty well and will get you through it a lot easier than anything else that I've tried, at least. So again, you want to put your flux down if you have one, Fire Veil, Atonement, and then Endstone Sword's really the only super important one. Atonement helps a lot, but Endstone's really what's keeping you alive. It's not the Atonement, which is kind of crazy because usually Atonement's what's doing all the healing, but I found that end stoning, when you feel like you're about to die instead of using your atonement, is honestly way more important. So yeah, end stone, and then you just melee. I'll show you what it looks like if I don't use my second end stone. You can see here, ooh, barely survived that. Like, it's doable, obviously, but it feels so risky, at least with my kill count armor. If you want to be a little bit faster and you've got better gear, go for it. I applaud you for it because it is faster, but it's a little riskier and not worth it, in my opinion. At least not for me. So yeah, you just keep doing it like normal. The bosses aren't super fast, but they're not slow at all either. And very consistent, which is what I'm looking for when I do these. So yeah, I hope this helps some people that used to be able to do RCM Enderman and then have either not been able to do it since then or just haven't found something that works. Atom Split's good as well because it gives you 12% damage reduction coupled with the Endstone Sword, and then you have your Ender Artifact, and they all couple together really well. Same with obviously Final Destination. So yeah, I find this is the best way because you don't compromise on having to have, say, Last Stand or Titanic or any weird EHP buff enchants or gear, and you can really just focus on staying full damage. Especially like some people will use a Yeti pet or an Enderman pet for the HP, and it just, in my opinion, is not what you should be going for if you're doing Enderman Slayer. Stick with full damage, which RCM isn't quite the fastest, but it's still quite good. And actually, I lied. I'm going to do one more just because why not? We do have someone that's actually got a full Enderman Zealot grinding setup, so it might take us a second to get our kills actually now. If you guys didn't know, best way is Terror and Terminator, obviously. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but yep. A lot slower once there's people here to actually get your kills. So yeah, we'll do one more just to demonstrate it a little better, I guess. I don't know. I'm having fun grinding this, so I'm going to be doing it anyway. So I might as well have it on camera for you guys. But yeah, always have your flex down right before hits phase starts if you can. You should have it down the whole boss if you have one, but especially right before hits phase. Okay, so I'm going to put mine down. Might as well just do these right now. And then Endstone. Oh, I didn't kill it. Oops. Endstone. And then use your katana. And it works. It just works. Just look at my mana regen. It's crazy. Mana regen gear now. Like, this is just equipment. It's insane. Endstone sword. And just melee. Honestly, here I'll stick with no. Well, no, I don't wanna risk it. There's no point in risking it because you get so much mana back so quickly that it really doesn't matter whether you, a little bit lag there, whether you have any mana going into a damage phase or not, because your DPS without it is not much worse. It really isn't. Because you're regenning basically as fast as you can deal it out. Oops. And again, full vanilla, so it's pretty easy to do even without notifiers or anything. So that's it. Hope this helps some people. Take care. Thanks for watching.